What's up, guys? Wanted to do a review about this pistol I recently got. It's a Ordnance P-12 in 45 ACP. The 12 means it has a 12 round capacity, and so it holds more than a traditional 1911, which is one of the reasons why I bought it. But it still kept the same feel of a 1911, which I really wanted. There's some other, other brands that have, Glock, SIG, H&K. There's other 45s out there, and those all have high round capacities. But I've shot an H&K USP 45, and it's real snappy, and it's uncomfortable to me. It's all like polymer, and the grip is real boxy, and you're pretty much stuck with it. Plus the trigger is all plastic. So I like the 1911 feel, especially in a 45. I like a steel gun when I'm shooting a 45. It's not as snappy. It's like solid. I feel more comfortable with a steel gun rather than a polymer gun. It's like anything. The lighter you go, the more recoil you get. So in a 45, it's actually good weight. Firearm is empty, no magazine. Just with no mag, all the weight is up here. The slide and the barrel. It has a match barrel and an LDA trigger, which I'll get to. But with the mag in full, it really balances out the gun, and it feels good in hand. It is heavy, but like I said, with the 45, I like a heavy gun. You tend not to notice it. So like I said, well, it's a double stack mag, and I did get a Hogue wraparound grip with the finger grooves, and the magazine also adds another little groove. So you get all fingers on it. I looked at the Ordnance makes another pistol called the Warthog, and I think you can only get two fingers on it or something. So I didn't really go for that because, if I'm going, I wanted a fuller size. I actually don't know what size this is, whether it's officer, compact, subcompact, commander. I have no idea. It's less than a full size, but you still have all fingers, and it's a little shorter in the barrel length, which I like. The beaver tail safety, it's recognizable for Ordnance. They have a real big extended beaver tail safety. It doesn't, it's not a big deal. It's just something, it's like a trademark type thing. But it's overall, it's a great firearm. Again, the LDA trigger is a light double action, and it's a steel trigger. It's decent. It's not the 1911 style has a trigger in the back. This is a more traditional style trigger. But the hammer is real, it's like scalloped or something, and so you get the initial double action, and then the single action drops the hammer, and it doesn't reset on its own, which is one drawback. But the slide will cycle. I can't speak. And then you get your other single action. So what that does is it adds another layer of safety. If you were carrying this with one in the chamber, it has all the traditional 1911 style safety features, the beaver tail safety or grip safety, stops the trigger, and then you have the slide stop. So it's a safe firearm, and if you had one in the chamber, you can rest your hand or your finger on the trigger. It's a training issue. You can rest your hand in here, and you're not going to accidentally shoot unless you put tension on the trigger. So all rules of gun safety apply, but in my opinion, it's safer than a 1911 because of that extra layer. It's not a single action trigger. It adds another, it adds an inch, So overall, it's a great 1911 style pistol. It's a great 45 overall. It's a great sidearm, secondary defense, or primary defense if you're walking in bear country. The 45 is has great stopping power. It's real fat, and it delivers a lot of muzzle energy. I can't seem to speak. But it's a good defense, good home defense gun. And how I usually carry it around is just this retention-based holster. It's outside the waistband. It's molded to fit this gun. It came with an O-ring, like a big O-ring, and with a little pull tab on it. I didn't really like that, and I couldn't really fit it around. It has good enough retention where you don't really need that. Especially when you have your belt tight and stuff, it's not going to slip out. And it's actually pretty concealable, even though this is outside the waistband. Depending on where you put it on your body, I actually carry it on the left side of my hip. I am right-handed, and it's a right-handed holster. Excuse me. So I would do cross draw, and I would point the mag well, magazine well, forward, and it's real concealable in that fashion. So with an overshirt, you need a big shirt to conceal it. But overall, it's a great gun. It's real accurate, and it feels really good to shoot, and the grips. It's just overall, there's all pluses. There's no minuses, no drawbacks, in my opinion. So that's gonna do it. Alright guys, peace.